So we're in our last video of this series. I'm sure in a couple months I'll probably do another video because there's always stuff happening at Imani Collective, but this is all about Realign. And what we did in the last, I would say, year is really realign to our values and our sustainability pillars with more detail, more strategy, and more emphasis. So we went through the rebrand and we refocused. And when we refocused, we became this hybrid model. That was the big part of refocusing. And we did that in June of 2021. And the reason we did that is because we knew that over time, we would be stronger. And over time, we could create sustainability through product revenue alone. And what I mean by that sustainability is economic sustainability. That we could sustain our organization, our company, all of the artisans and staff that we support currently at this time, which again, these are numbers that are ever changing. You know, we're supporting 153 artisans and staff, and that includes some temporaries that come in weekly to help with our spinning and whatnot. But that's a lot of individuals, a lot of livelihoods. And so we wanted to make sure that we're not always having to ask for donations. So when you sit in a nonprofit, we think under the mindset of, yeah, we're dependent on donations, and that's beautiful. I love the heart of a giver and I love the heart of generosity. But that's also very exhausting for the person that has to fund develop, that has to plan that has to find the avenues, and as that organization grows, that budget just becomes a bit more immense to really wrap their mind around. And so over this last 10 years, really, it's been transitioning from this nonprofit dependency mindset to this, I don't even want to say for-profit, because I don't like putting them in those two entities, but it's changed from a dependency mindset to an empowerment mindset and an independent mindset and a sustainable mindset. So how are we creating sustainability in every facet of what we do at Imani Collective? So when we focused on realigning, we run by 4 pillars here at Imani. We have our economic sustainability pillar, we have our social sustainability pillar, we have our environmental sustainability pillar, and then our spiritual sustainability pillar. All of these are very important to us. We also follow the framework from the School of Ethical Impact called the 5 P's of sustainability, which are purpose. What is our purpose? How are we showing that in everything that we do? People, who are the people that we're serving and how are we affecting them both for good, that's uplifting and empowering. Who are the planet? We look at the planet a lot, so we're like, how are we looking at all of our resources, our packaging and supplying, and making sure that we're impacting the planet in a good way? There is profit. This is really important to me because in the nonprofit space, and especially in social enterprise or artisan world, people always say people over profit. And although I believe and I know that to be very important, people are important. If you put people over profit and you do not pay attention to the profit line, your impact will dissolve and you will end up hurting people more than you actually are empowering and helping them, right? So we wanna make sure we're always paying attention to the profit line, and that goes a lot with our just refocusing on that product revenue. And then our last part is partnerships, because we truly believe in collaborating and creating a community together. So how are we leveraging partnerships for good, both in the Kenya community and our customers, and how people purchase from us, how people donate with us. You can come on Imani experience trips, you can volunteer. There are all these different ways of how you can get involved, and that is through partnerships. And so in all of this is where we realign to the 5 P's. We look through our 4 pillars and we look at everything that we're doing in Imani, and we're just striving to be a little bit better each year. To give you just a quick example, on the environmental side, we do really well in our social and our economic sustainability. And our social sustainability, that's where we run all of our holistic programs, right? You know, we're looking at food, we're childcare, we bring in literacy classes, we bring in business trainings, we do Bible studies, all these different things, team building, and we wanna make sure people are continuing to grow in their self-efficacy. Obviously, economics sustainability is providing a dignified job and that being consistent. But environmental sustainability, what we did in this past year and what our hope is to continue in this is to become a completely plastic-free company It's really important for us to make sure that we're being innovative and creative, and we're challenging people in their thought of how they're running their business or how they're exporting their product. And I truly believe that we can be leaders in kind of changing the way people do export. And not only that, is how are we using natural resources to create new product? Or next year we want to focus on changing all of our all of our dyes that we use in our wool to be organic and from natural resources like avocado pits or seagrass and different resources that we can just find here in Kenya. So that gives you a little glimpse of what we're always thinking about. We're always ideating, we're always challenging our systems and what we're creating here. And so this realignment stage, I believe, will be forever. I think we can constantly be in realignment and be challenging ourselves to what is next. And in all of it, I want to make sure that we're reflecting on where we came from, because Imani Collective has grown so much. It started with 16 women. It started with a crazy idea of just starting a training program, and the Lord has really done amazing stuff with it. And we've just walked through the doors as opportunities have presented themselves and fully have trusted in the process. And the last thing that I will leave you guys with, if you do not know this, Imani means faith in Swahili. And that's really important because it's been a faith journey. And collective is important because we've never done it alone. I've never done it alone. We always do it together. And at Imani Collective, we say we're not just better together, we are our best.